Hey folks, this is Maria Brew. Welcome to my channel. I invite you to subscribe if you haven't already. And if you enjoy the content, please remember to hit like and feel free to share. Hey folks, welcome back. We are answering questions posted by our subscribers. And this next one is a very important one because it talks about bank movements. Now, bank movements are of paramount importance to those who have residency under the investment program, okay? Because renewing residency will rest solely on the bank movements of that foreign national and the amount and or the account balance in their bank. So this is a very important question. And she asked, if I am a pensioner receiving $1,500 a month, how can I show that I have movement to the account if I don't spend it for 2 months? I need some more explanation on that. Our pleasure. I want to clarify that bank movements in a Dominican bank is something that only affects Dominican foreign nationals who have Dominican residency through the investment department, also known as the fast track. Temporary residents, temporary workers, when it comes time to renew residency, they have a repatriation insurance policy. That takes the place of having to show solvency. The way that they have to show it when they're first applying for residency. That's the only time they're going to have to do that. For renewal, there's an insurance policy, a repatriation insurance, and that takes the place of that. For residents under the investment program, bank movements, the balance in your account determines whether you will be authorized to renew residency under that category. So what does it come down to? Okay. You know that pensioners have to earn a minimum of 1,500 US a month or more. Rentiers, those who have foreign investments that yield a passive income of 2,000 or more per month. Okay, that's what qualifies them, that 2,000 per month. Now, I have to say that the law establishes, okay, that those amounts are supposed to come through a Dominican bank every single month. However, the law provides immigration with discretional power. So immigration is able to make concessions based on circumstances that arise or tendency that arise. You have clients who do not live in the country, thereby not creating living expenses. And so their pension doesn't come through the Dominican, is not direct deposited through the Dominican account, okay? There are some who live here, but choose not to have their pension direct deposited here. It's still direct deposited to an account back home, okay? So how do these people show bank movements? Well, you receive the funds in an account, let's say in the US, as an example. You can either transfer that amount to your Dominican bank account on a monthly basis, either in its entirety or a part of it, okay? And then when it comes time to renew, whatever it is that you show in your account, because you only have to provide 6 months of bank statements when it comes time to renew. You want to make sure that in those 6 months, you're transferring that 1,500 into your account or a portion of it. So let's say instead of 1,500, you only transfer 750. Well, the deal is that if you don't, the 1,500 doesn't come into your account every month, only 750, the other half of that has to be shown in the account balance cumulative for the date of the renewal. So I'm going to explain that. If you have, let's do some math here. I know it sounds complicated, but it really isn't. So if every month you bring down 750, okay, instead of the 1,500, And you have to show 6 months of statements. That 6 months, the 750 times 6 is 4,500. That's the amount that has to be in your balance when you renew residency. If you don't transfer the 1,500 to your Dominican account monthly, you have to have a balance of 4,500 if you're only transferring half. If you transfer the full 1,500, your account balance could be in zero, because you're showing through bank statements that 1,500 a month is coming to a Dominican bank. But here again, if you're only transferring a portion, the remainder of that times 6 is what you have to have as an account balance. Now, what happens if the renewal date comes and you never transferred anything into that account? Then the full amount times 6 is what has to be in your balance. That means $9,000. And for rentiers who receive the $2,000 per month, same thing. Since you have to show 6 months of bank statements, whatever comes into your account, if it's not the 2,000, if it's only a portion, the other portion times 6 has to be your minimum balance. If you don't bring anything into your account 6 months prior to renewal, you have to have 12,000 in your account, the full amount, 2,000 times 6. So this, folks, is important, okay? Because you either show one or the other, and if you can't show either, then they will change your status to temporary residency. They'll take the they'll rescind the investment residency status and bring you down to the ordinary route, okay? So this is important, guys. Now, showing movement in an account is not difficult. Do transfers per month. You know, there's this thing that I use. It's called World Remit. I don't usually like to talk about or, you know, promote services, but I use it. It's called World Remit. It kind of works like Zoom and Remitly. Look into it, World Remit. So basically, from your account in the US, you pay a couple of dollars, you put in your the information for your account in the DR, and within minutes, okay, that amount is in your DR account. And you could do that once a month. World Remit. I transfer with that constantly. It's very easy and it takes minutes, okay? You could also do wire transfers. If you could do online wire transfers, which I also use, I think it ranges anywhere from $15 to $40. You could do a wire transfer online and transfer money into your Dominican account. Now, if you don't live here and you don't have expenses here, so monthly, every single month, you're not going to be transferring, 6 months prior to your renewal, you start to transfer. Now, the day after your renewal, if you want to withdraw the amount in its entirety, you can, because it already entered the country and it was already taxed, okay? So it's not that you have to keep the 9,000, the 12,000 in there, whatever amount it is, you know, you have to have as a minimum balance. Once the renewal takes place, you can withdraw it, okay? So sounds a little involved. Sorry about that. Another thing that people do is that they pay for things in the US or in whatever country they're in using their Dominican debit card. That can also show bank movements, okay? So there are different ways to do that, guys. You know how to move an account. If you have any further questions on the matter, because it is a little bit involved, and I really hope I did a good job of explaining it, because sometimes you understand things better than you can explain them. So I hope you understood, but if not, please contact us in any of the numbers or email in the description box, and we will be happy to explain it to you. Okay, guys? Have a great